Jessie, Schiefer, thank you so much for doing this. I know you're super busy. The 2017 competing bodybuilding season is about to start. How active are you going to be this season?
I've actually already competed once this season. I have a lot ahead of me. My goal is to get Olympia qualification for 2017. So whatever show it is, we'll just keep going until we get it.
I've heard you describe yourself a little bit as a introvert, and yet you're able to compete on stage. I just wanted to ask you, do you ever get a little bit nervous on stage or before you're about to go on?
For sure. I mean, I think everyone does. I mean, there's a lot on the line, and it's really I mean, your individual routine is maybe a minute, give or take, and that's really all you get. And then you've got the comparisons, and you're on stage for, I mean, tops maybe somewhere around 30 minutes or even less, and you've worked, weeks and weeks and weeks, trying to perfect the right package and bring everything in, and a lot of time and money is spent. So you're definitely nervous in that aspect that you've given so much. But I mean, when you get up there, it's also, and on the flip side, you've got to get up there and present everything that you worked so hard for. So it's really fun. It's an adrenaline rush.
Jessie, what's it like seeing your body change throughout each year?
I've made a lot of changes that I'm really, really proud of over from getting my pro card in 2015 and working really, really hard in a longer off season coming into the fall of 2016, getting back on the pro stage. So I feel that that's my biggest accomplishment is, me versus me in 2015, even 2014 when I first started to now. I mean, each show it'll get better and better, and it's a learning experience to take from each show.
Can we talk about 2014 for a sec? 3 years ago, so your first competition,
yeah,
bikini overall. What was that moment like?
Oh, I didn't even know that you knew that. My first show was March 2014, and it was the Cincinnati Natural. I got first place in novice, first place in open, and won overall. I mean, it was a smaller show, and it was my first one. And so that just kind of got me hooked from there. But it was fun. I remember shaking so much, and I remember looking at videos after I competed of me up there on stage, and you can't even tell at all that I was shaking, but I was so nervous.
And the same type of feeling when you got your pro card a couple years ago?
Oh, yeah. I mean, someone just asked me the other day, like, what's it feel like to get your pro card? And I mean, honestly, the emotions of it all, it was excitement. I thought I would cry, but I didn't. It was just kind of like a pinch me moment. It didn't even feel real, and it didn't start to hit me until days, weeks, months later. And it was more so, the emotion behind it was more so just knowing every bit of how hard I pushed, like the hard, I don't know, just like the drive behind it all. That was really what made me more emotional, not even the like, happy, I have my pro card, I have what I wanted. It was more just like, how did I get there? And it was all of those emotions, like the workouts that you just don't want to do and how hungry you are, just stuff like that. That's what really brought me more emotional, and that's kind of what makes it all worth it.
Seems like you're a competitor that always comes on stage with great conditioning. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, a lot of the judges' feedback, I mean, the feedback that I'll get is that my conditioning's always really great, and they're just kind of, they always praise me on that.
Cool. Traveling all over the country, competing, who are some of the people you've met who've inspired you?
That's a great question. That's one of the things that when I first got into bodybuilding and competing is something I didn't even realize would happen. The friendships and just the people that I would meet along the way that really drive you. I was just talking with Lauren Eric, and we were just saying that it's not something that you really plan for, but literally there's days that we'll text each other and it's just like, it's just a hard day, or because we were actually going through a lot of preps together last fall at the same time. So she's one of them. Corey Baker, we got our pro card together. She's awesome. She's qualified again for Olympia. And then Adrian, I don't even know how to say her last name, Ochoa. I don't know, but she goes by Adrian Spicy. So I just have her in my phone as Adrian Spicy. We also got our pro card together, and we keep in touch quite a bit. and then just a bunch of other people along the way, really. I mean, backstage, there's just so many women that you meet that are just amazing. Guys, too, along the way, but mostly the girls. You're backstage getting ready with them.
Someone might be watching this video right now and they're thinking they wish they had the motivation like Jessie to work out, eat healthy. What would you say to them?
I mean, I guess you just really have to find your own motivation. There's just so many different things that go into why I do what I do each day. I mean, this is 3 years in, and it's kind of different. It's not, I guess it's more self-motivation, but in different aspects. I mean, whether it's in an off season or it's on prep, it's that overall goal. So since I got my pro card in 2015, my overall goal has been for that Olympia stage, and patience is definitely something that's gone into it, because that was summer of 2015, and we're headed into summer of 2017 almost, springtime here coming soon. So it's just that overall goal, keeping in mind, what can you do each day to get to that bigger goal? That's really my motivation. And then also, I really appreciate messages that I'll get through Instagram or comments on different posts that I have. I don't really post that much, but when I do see those comments or get those messages, when people say, like, you're my motivation to do whatever they're doing, whether it's, competing or just in life, a lifestyle goal, that's motivating for me, is that I'm making an impact on someone else.
You are also a registered dental hygienist. What is that job like?
Yes, I work as a registered dental hygienist full time. I actually work about 40 hours in 4 days, so Monday through Thursday. I get up at 5:30 in the morning, and I'm there until around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. As a registered dental hygienist, it's the office that I work for. They're amazing. They're top-notch care. They're amazing. I work with a group of about 20 plus women. It's a big office, 4 dentists and 5 to 6 hygienists at a time. And everyone, they've got their families, husbands, dogs, cats, they've got their responsibilities outside at home too. So they're really motivating, and they're always really like, what's next? When do you get on stage next? And they've actually come to, when I competed in Sacramento, they came to my show and they were just so enthusiastic. But working as a hygienist, it's those longer hours, especially the time frame that I work, and it's really tough. We have a half an hour lunch, and we get 10-minute break somewhere in the morning and somewhere in the afternoon. Sometimes the schedule doesn't permit. If the patient runs late, then you don't get that 10-minute break. So sometimes it's running to the bathroom and trying to find that time that you're eating, every 3 or 4 hours.
Wow.
It's tough.
Yeah, good for you guys. You guys must have a lot of patience over there.
We do. Barely anyone ever cancels, and there's barely any downtime. I mean, it's a good thing. Keeps you busy, makes the day go pretty fast.
Do you see a lot of people not getting their teeth cleaned? I mean, not enough, you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. And I mean, that's something that I think we'll start to see more and more in hopefully the news worldwide, and just people being more aware that everything in your mouth and the bacteria that's in your mouth actually plays a huge role in the rest of your body. So any bacteria in your mouth, if you're not keeping your mouth clean or your oral hygiene tip top shape, then that bacteria is going to travel elsewhere. Things, areas like your heart, your other organs, joints, it affects your blood glucose levels a lot, actually. So that's something that as dental providers we're very well aware of, but the general population has no clue. And so I hope that, your, general physician is also kind of cluing into that more so, because it's more than just your getting your teeth cleaned or flossing, every day. You got to think of it as you got to keep your mouth clean, because it's basically the entryway into the rest of your body.
I think I read somewhere, don't quote me on this, but I think I read that getting your teeth cleaned is kind of connected to Alzheimer's. Is that true? Do you know?
It definitely can be. There's actually more research coming out more and more. I mean, a lot of people are, I would hope, it seems the way, from my perspective, it seems that a lot of people know that it can cause inflammation in the body elsewhere. So like your heart, a lot of people are clued into the diabetes link. And then more and more research is actually coming out as far as it can be related to to tumors, cancer in the bowel, actually. And if you think about it, the bowel, that's all the way at the other end. So that bacteria is strong. It's definitely really tough. So you can't take it lightly. Other things like pregnant women, the bacteria from your mouth can actually travel to the fetus through the placenta. So it's really serious.
I have to get my teeth clean. I haven't done it in like 8 or 9 months. So you're getting married soon to professional fighter Lance Palmer. Have you guys started on wedding plans yet?
We haven't actually. We got engaged Labor Day weekend, September 2016. So when we haven't made any plans yet, we want to. It's just that we're trying to figure out other things that come first before that, as far as just life and kind of solidifying other plans before we set a date.
Last question for you. When Mr. Palmer proposed, what was that moment like?
I didn't even know it was coming. Honestly, we were up at my family's cabin in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It's a place that I've grown up, and it's basically my second home. It's my favorite place in the world. It's just gorgeous. And we had just gone on what we call a trail ride, which is basically where you just go on an off-roading vehicle, just back in like some sandy, hilly kind of wooded trails. And then we stopped. He's like, oh, let's go to the lake and like, let's go out on the dock or whatever. Totally over my head. I was like, okay. And it was like maybe 5 or 6 o'clock at night. The sun was kind of low, and we were just hanging out. We had our feet in the water in the lake, and we were just talking about random things. And all of a sudden, he just popped the question. I mean, it was awesome. It was totally unexpected, but it was perfect. It was right in my favorite place. We were with my family, so it was great.
That's really cool. I'm very happy for you guys. Thank you so much for doing this. I remember you telling me about a week ago that this is your day off, so I really appreciate it. And
yeah, it worked out great. Thanks for continuing to try to get me on here. I know it's just been kind of crazy, but this was perfect. This week's been really chill and relaxed following my last competition, so perfect.
Good luck for the rest of the 2017 season. We'll let you go. Thank you so much, Jessie.
Thank you.